And welcome to the first video in what will be a new series here on the channel. And what you see in front of us is a 2016 model year 2500 Ram with the mega cab on it, so it makes it just a little bit longer than a normal 2500 with a four-door cab. But getting back to the engine compartment here, what we plan on doing, as you can see, this truck has already been modified. It's modified about 3 years ago, and you can see a ProCharger supercharger that was installed and has been running great even since the day of its install. But now it's time to do a few more things to this truck. It took a little while to get all the parts and seal kits and everything in, but we're looking at taking this to the next step, which is we'll be installing a little bit more aggressive cam. We'll be doing the Hellcat lifters, Hellcat push rods, and a better set of valve springs. So we'll be doing all that in conjunction with also, obviously leaving the supercharger in place, the ProCharger that you see there. I've looked at several videos online, and I've seen individuals do cam swaps on 6.4 Hemis, so it's really nothing new, but I haven't really seen too many do a cam swap on a 2500 Ram, let alone a 2500 Ram that's already been supercharged. So I figured I would do my best to try and shoot as much video on this as I can and get it all posted up there, also as a kind of a way to maybe help others that are looking for doing a cam swap and such on a 6.4, again 2500. Also I'm not a professional mechanic, so let's get that right out of the gate here. So what you're going to see is the way I do things. You may agree with, you may not agree with. Even if you don't agree with it, it can still be a learning process. You may look at some of the things that we're getting ready to do in this upcoming series and say, I would never do it that way. And that's useful knowledge as well. Learning how to do something or how not, or how you wouldn't want to necessarily do something is still knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge, whether it's positive knowledge or negative knowledge. But with all that being said, again, I will try to get you in here as much as I can to show you the disassembly process and the assembly process. As you can see, we've got a lot of motor here, and we got a fairly decent amount of working space because it is in a truck frame. But the first part, as with anything, is going to be getting a lot of this tore down, making some working space, and getting things to the point that we can again start to tear down on this. And first thing that you'll see us do in the next video is that you see we got this nice big Cattleman brush guard installed. And what we're going to do first is just get this brush guard dropped, and that way it'll allow us to get our front radiator cover off of this vehicle as well. And plus, with this being gone, it frees up about a foot or so of space, so we can get our truck a little bit more on the lift and a little bit less off the back. And as you can see here, don't worry, we're not necessarily going to leave it this way, but we wanted some working space up front to get that front grill guard off, and then we'll get the truck further on the lift. But as I said before, this is the mega cab, so you can see the space between the back section of the doors and the back section of the cab is actually quite a bit wider. So it does give you a fairly decent amount of extra length on this particular vehicle. We're going to go back up here to front. One item that I had to do ahead of time, and I wasn't able to get video on it, but we'll cover that when we get to it, is that you'll notice we have the projector headlights in this. And these lenses are actually out of a out of a 1500 Express that we had retroshop.us convert them, do some modifications to the lights and send them back to us. And we ended up taking the old halogen, factory halogen lights out and replacing it with the HIDs. And if you haven't heard of retroshop.us, and if you're looking for custom lighting, or you're looking to be able to convert, maybe the vehicle that you have has incandescent bulbs in it or halogen bulbs in it, and you want to see if there is an option out there to go to HIDs, check out his website. Link will be in the description. And he does very, very good work. I've bought several lighting kits from him for various trucks I've had over the years, and it's always been top-notch work, and have no issues at all. But in order to begin this journey, the truck was coming up due for its annual inspection. So I didn't want to have to rush through these series of upgrades, trying to meet my inspection date for this year so I could renew my registration. So we went ahead and waited. I went ahead and got the headlights done, because obviously you got to have working headlights to pass inspection. Got the headlights done, got the registration done, and now I'm not due for another inspection for a year. So we've got plenty of time to take our time, to go as slow with this as we need. Make sure that we're doing things correctly. Again, not a professional mechanic. You will obviously see that in the videos. So I wanted to make sure that we have enough time to get this completed, and obviously do our best to answer any questions that might come of this. But if you haven't seen the previous videos, yes, this is the same wildfire lift as in some of our previous playlists. And I did promise way back then that when the Hellcat was sitting on it, that we'd get some video of having other trucks and other vehicles sitting on it. And as you can see from here, it can handle even a full-size 2500 with no issue. Well, other than that, this has been a little bit rambly, but I just wanted to throw this out there as an induction video, not an induction, but an introduction video or a beginning video, to kind of tell you what our plans are with this vehicle going forward. And we'll bring you along, and we'll try to cover and video as much of this as we can. And look forward to showing you more of this as this progresses. And thank you much.